South Tyneside is a metropolitan borough in Tyne and Wear in North East England. It is bordered by three other boroughs: Gateshead to the west, Sunderland in the south and North Tyneside to the north. The border county of Northumberland lies further north. The borough was formed on the 1st of April 1974 by the merger of the county borough of South Shields along with the municipal borough of Jarrow and the urban districts of Boldon and Hebburn from County Durham. South Tyneside forms part of the Tyneside conurbation, the sixth largest in the United Kingdom, with a geographical area of 64.43 square kilometers and an estimated population of 153,700, measured at the 2011 census as 148,127. It is bordered to the east by the North Sea and to the north by the River Tyne. A green belt of 23.64 square kilometers is at its southern boundary. The main administrative centre and largest town is South Shields. Other riverside towns are Jarrow and Hebburn, while the villages of Cleedon, Whitburn and the Boldons border the South Tyneside green belt, with Wearside to the south at Sunderland. South Tyneside is represented by 2 members of Parliament with 2 constituencies, South Shields and Jarrow. History: Celts, Romans, Angles, Saxons, Jutes, Vikings. The early 20th century arrival of the Arabs and more recently the settling of people from the Commonwealth, notably the Indian subcontinent, and the European Union reflect the present-day culture of South Tyneside. In South Shields, excavations and a reconstructed fort are found at Arbia. This fort served as a garrison and an outpost of the Roman Empire, and is part of Hadrian's Wall World Heritage Site. The hospitality strip at Ocean Road is famed throughout the region for its Indian, Italian, Middle Eastern and Chinese cuisine. Mill Dam, with former customs house, cobbled lanes and mission to seafarers centre, stands tribute to the long and proud history of shipping in the town and the River Tyne. Bede's World in Jarrow is dedicated to the life of the Venerable Bede, the father of English history. The nominated World Heritage Site is straddled by 2 rivers, the Tyne and the Don. There is a medieval monastery, an Anglo-Saxon farm with rare breed animals and buildings constructed in original materials from that period, and the Georgian Jarrow Hall. The Jarrow Crusade of 1936 was a key event in the town's history, and the original banner carried by the marches to London can be viewed at Jarrow Town Hall. The local identification of South Shields people with Arabs, which is widespread in the region, may have originated from the place name Arbia, but there has also been a fairly sizable Arab community in South Shields since the 1890s. This is also one hypothesized explanation of the term Sandancer for people born and brought up in South Shields. Council. South Tyneside Council is formed of 54 members, of which 53 Labour and 1 independent. Twitter lawsuit. In May 2011, South Tyneside Council took legal action against Twitter to try to discover the identity of a blogger who posted allegedly libelous statements. 3 South Tyneside councillors and an official complained they were libelled in a blog called Mr. Monkey. The blog made accusations against the council's Labour leader Ian Malcolm, David Potts, the former Conservative leader who served as a UKIP councillor until his death in April 2013, Labour councillor Anne Walsh and Rick O'Farrell, the council's head of enterprise and regeneration. South Tyneside Council faced significant criticism from British media, who focused on the use of taxpayer money at a time of severe budget cuts across the government services throughout the country. The council have said the amount spent on the case was around £75,000 or less, while media reports indicate the true cost is closer to $400,000. As of the 24th of November 2011, The council had failed to identify who the critic was. Critics also pointed out the council itself would not be allowed to take any action against the parties, as evidence the court action demonstrated a misuse of funds, economy, shipbuilding and repairing, coal mining and exports, and the chemical industries declined from the latter half of the 20th century, resulting in mass unemployment. In more recent years, however, this trend has reversed and South Tyneside attracts new industries, most notably in the service sector. There is still a considerable manufacturing base of ship repair and offshore services, engineering, electronics, clothing, furniture, paper products, timber and small precision engineering. At one time, Tyneside built 25% of the world's ships. South Tyneside College specializes in maritime training and attracts students from around the world. Tourism is also an important and growing industry. Places of interest. South Shields Towns and Riverside are undergoing significant regeneration, with new housing, business and leisure uses replacing old industrial sites. The town centre offers high street shopping, a regular market by the Grade I-listed Old Town Hall, Central Library, Head Post Office and Sorting Office, Museum and AMP, Art Gallery, Bus, Metro Interchange, Town Hall and Civic Offices. The Customs House is located within the historic Mill Dam Conservation Area and hosts a theatre, cinema, art gallery and restaurant. Arbia formed the easternmost extremity of the Roman Empire at Hadrian's Wall and is located at the mouth of the River Tyne on the North Sea coast. Excavations, a reconstructed fort and museum are open to the public on the historic Law topside. The foreshore boasts a quality seaside experience, with the local landmarks of the Groyne Lighthouse and mile-long South Pier to the north, and Marsden Rock and Suter Lighthouse to the south. There are award-winning sandy beaches at Little Haven, Sandhaven and Marsden Bay, revitalized seafront promenades and scenic cliff-top walks, the traditional thrills of Ocean Beach Pleasure Park and Dunes Adventure Island, including fairground rides, an indoor bowling alley and amusement arcades, the North and South Marine Parks with bandstand, boating lake, outdoor play areas and miniature steam railway, new state-of-the-art swimming pools, water slides and fitness center at Haven Point, a sailing club and Gypsies Green Stadium, the original Tyne lifeboat, Jubilee Memorial and bronze statues of the Conversation Piece, a range of hotels, guest houses, chalets and caravan and AMP camping sites, plus numerous restaurants, pubs and cafes, including the legendary local Minchella's ice cream and Coleman's fish and chips. In summer there is a free festival, including a large street parade and entertainment from a local and international stars at the outdoor amphitheatre and at Bent's Park. An open-top tour bus connects the numerous places of interest during the busy summer tourist season. The Great North Run is the world's biggest half-marathon and takes place every September-October, starting in Newcastle and finishing on the Lees at South Shields. On the coast road to Whitburn is Marsden Rock, an impressive limestone sea stack colonized by seabirds and a long-standing tourist attraction. Further down the coast is Suter Lighthouse, the first in the world to be generated by reliable electric current. Much of the coastal scenery in this area was, until 2 decades ago, dominated by the spoil heaps and pithead winding gear of Westow and Whitburn collieries, but these are now gone and the area's natural beauty has been restored. Jarrow is home to St. Paul's Monastery, Bede's World Museum, Jarrow Hall, the Viking Shopping Centre and J. Barber Factory Outlet, Hebburn Riverside is surprisingly green with open views to the renewable and offshore-related industries across river at Wallsend. The town centre has undergone significant change with new house building and civic and amp leisure facilities. The picturesque suburban villages of Clevedon, East and West Boldon, Harton, Monkton, Westow and Whitburn offer traditional pubs, historic buildings and independent boutiques. There is an athletics track at Monkton and cricket grounds at Westow and Whitburn. Environment. The physical environment varies greatly in a small area, from established industrial areas like the Port of Tyne to new business parks at Monkton and Boldon, from traditional back-to-back terrace to more modern suburban housing, from the River Tyne to the harbour entrance at Little Haven, and from Marsden Quarry to the Great North Forest. The Eco Centre at Hebburn is a building constructed from recycled materials, self-reliant in power generation by means of its own wind turbine, and is efficient in waste management. The weather is variable and typical of a maritime climate. Transport. The A194, A19 and other trunk roads link South Tyneside to the national road network. The Tyne and Wear Metro is a light rail system connecting the area with the rest of the Tyne and Wear conurbation, including Sunderland and Newcastle Central Station and Newcastle International Airport. The Tyne Road and pedestrian tunnels traverse the river between Jarrow and Howden. A pedestrian ferry also serves the towns of North and South Shields. The Port of Tyne, situated at Tyne Dock, is a growing terminal handling large volumes of freight, including exports from the Nissan car plant in Washington. People. Well-known South Tynesiders include author Dame Catherine Cookson, former 3 times Prime Minister of New Zealand Sir William Fox, actress Dame Flora Robson, Monty Python actor Eric Idle, Hollywood director Ridley Scott, wax jacket inventor J. Barber, and athlete Steve Cram. Author Lewis Carroll was inspired to write Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and Through the Looking Glass by local residents he met when staying in Whitburn. Singer Joe McElderry, who won the 2009 X Factor, also comes from the area, as well as 2 members of 2011 X Factor winners Little Mix, Jade Thirlwall and Perry Edwards. South Shields is the only town to have 2 X Factor winners from its area. Ginger of British rock heroes The Wild Hearts is from South Shields. Twinned cities. South Tyneside is twinned with Épinay-sur-Seine, France, Noisy-le-Sec, France, and Wuppertal, Germany. Climate. Climate in this area has mild differences between highs and lows, and there is adequate rainfall year-round. The Köppen climate classification subtype for this climate is CFB.